What if I told you that just a few simple steps could save you from your next financial emergency? Stay tuned to learn how to build an emergency fund fast. Hey everyone, today we're diving into how to build an emergency fund quickly. We'll walk through practical, easy-to-follow tips that you can start using right now to create a financial cushion. From setting your first savings goal to automating deposits, we'll cover everything you need to know. By the end, you'll have a game plan to boost your financial security. Let's jump in. The first step in building your emergency fund is setting a savings goal. Now, I know that hearing 3 to 6 months of expenses can sound pretty overwhelming, so let's break it down into more manageable chunks. Start by setting a smaller, short-term goal. $500 to $1,000 is a great starting point. This amount can cover those minor emergencies. Think car repairs, a broken appliance, or a sudden trip to the doctor's office. But once you've hit that initial target, it's time to think bigger. Your long-term goal should be enough to cover 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. And when I say essential, I mean rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, insurance, and minimum debt payments, things you must pay to keep life running smoothly. Here's how to figure out your personal goal. Add up your monthly expenses. For example, if your essentials total $2,500 per month, aim to save between $7,500 and $15,000 for a complete emergency fund. And if you're self-employed or have an irregular income, consider saving even more, up to 9 to 12 months of expenses, for added security. Now it's your turn. Take a moment to jot down your own savings goal. Having that number in mind will make the next steps easier to tackle. Once you've set your goal, it's time to find a home for your emergency fund. And here's a crucial tip. Keep it separate from your regular checking or savings accounts. Why? Because if it's mixed in with your daily spending money, you're more likely to use it for things that aren't actual emergencies. Consider opening a high-yield savings account specifically for your emergency fund. A high-yield savings account offers a much better interest rate than a regular savings account, which means your money will grow faster. Many online banks offer rates that are 10 times the national average. And the best part, most of these accounts have no minimum balance requirements or monthly fees. Now here's a pro tip. Name the account Emergency Fund when you set it up. Giving it a specific name serves as a mental reminder that this money is off limits for anything other than true emergencies. And keep the account a little out of reach. Consider choosing a bank different from your regular checking account to create a slight barrier, making it less tempting to dip into it. Go ahead, make it official. Open that account and watch your emergency fund start to take shape. Alright, now that you have a separate account, let's make saving as effortless as possible by automating it. One of the biggest obstacles to saving is simply forgetting or deciding to skip it 1 month. Automation takes care of that by ensuring you're building your emergency fund consistently. Here's how to do it. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your emergency fund. This can usually be done through your bank's online portal. Choose an amount that fits your budget, whether it's $20, $50, or even $200, and schedule these transfers to happen every payday. By doing this, you're essentially paying yourself first. Before you even have a chance to spend your money on other things, a portion goes straight into your emergency fund. Now, if your income varies, start with a smaller amount that you're comfortable with, like $10 or $20. The key here is consistency. As your financial situation improves, you can always increase the transfer amount. And if your employer offers direct deposit, see if they can split your paycheck into multiple accounts. This way, you can allocate a portion of your paycheck to go directly into your emergency fund. Out of sight, out of mind, and into savings. What amount will you start automating? Choose an amount you're comfortable with and set it up today. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Building an emergency fund quickly sometimes requires a little lifestyle tweaking. One of the easiest ways to find extra money for your emergency fund is to cut back on non-essential spending. Now, I'm not saying you need to give up all the fun stuff, but small adjustments can add up to significant savings. Start by reviewing your monthly expenses. Are there any subscriptions you're not using? Maybe you signed up for a streaming service or a magazine you rarely use. canceling, or pausing, these can free up some cash that you can redirect into your emergency fund. Next, let's talk about dining out. If you find yourself eating out multiple times a week, try cutting back to once a week or bringing lunch to work instead of buying it. Cooking at home is not only healthier, but also much cheaper. Let's do some quick math. If you spend $15 a day on lunch 5 times a week, that's $300 a month. By bringing your own lunch for just half of those days, you could save $150 a month. That's $1,800 a year, straight into your emergency fund. And here's another tip. Practice the 24-hour rule for impulse purchases. When you're tempted to buy something that isn't an essential, wait 24 hours. More often than not, you'll find the urge to buy it diminishes. If you still want it after 24 hours, then maybe it's worth the expense. But if not, move that money into your emergency fund. Quick challenge! What's one expense you can cut back on this week to boost your savings? Comment below. If cutting back isn't enough, it's time to look at boosting your income. Finding ways to earn extra cash can supercharge your emergency fund, getting you to your goal faster. Consider starting a side hustle. Are you good at writing, graphic design, or tutoring? There are countless freelance opportunities out there. Even a few hours a week can add up. For example, if you earn $100 a week through a side gig, that's $400 a month you can add to your emergency fund. Another option is to sell unused items around your home. We all have stuff lying around that we no longer use. Clothes, gadgets, furniture. Platforms like eBay, Poshmark, and Facebook Marketplace make it easy to sell these items and turn clutter into cash. Also, don't forget about cashback apps and rewards programs. When you use these for everyday purchases, you can earn cashback or rewards points that you can then deposit directly into your emergency fund. It's like free money, just for spending smartly. Which extra income option will you try first? Set a goal to earn an extra $100 this month and see how quickly your fund grows. Here's a bonus tip. Get creative with your savings. Use cashback apps like Rakuten or Ibotta to get money back on purchases you were already planning to make. Deposit that cash back directly into your emergency fund. Another trick is the roundup method. Some banking apps will round up your purchases to the nearest dollar and transfer the spare change to your savings. While it might seem small, those tiny amounts add up over time. And why not try a weekly savings challenge? Start by saving $1 the first week, $2 the second week, and keep increasing by $1 each week. By the end of the year, you'll have saved $1,378 without even feeling the pinch. Now you've got the tools to build your emergency fund fast. Remember, it's about taking small, consistent steps to secure your financial future. If you found these tips helpful, give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more practical financial advice. And share this video with a friend who could use a financial boost. Let's build a future where financial emergencies don't control our lives. See you in the next video.